a lot of the projects that I undertake are in a way painted to appear well in photographs. Now, unfortunately, that means that under anything other than studio lighting, they tend to be not so great. But here's a very good example of that. This is the Bandai kit of the Godzilla X King Kong model kit. And I decided to do a sort of a mini review and a showcase of what I did with this. This kit comes more or less colored, but obviously Godzilla is, very monochromatic already. But it does have out of the box, it does have the red tongue and the bone colored teeth. And also, you can build it in two parts. It comes with the full skeleton as well. And so this kit was pretty popular a couple months back. But there are a lot of these kits left over, and you can find them on discount sometimes. So I got one, and I decided to embark on a project to sort of recreate the Godzilla minus one black and white version colors, so to speak. And when I say colors, I mean sort of that very high contrast black and white film treatment that the film producers did to create the Godzilla minus one minus C version of that movie. So if you're not familiar, Godzilla minus one is a movie that was done in full color, but in the style of a old school Godzilla film. They later released a remastered version that was done in black and white. So they recalibrated the colors to make it look like it was shot in black and white film, and it was very well done. In light of that, after watching it, I decided to sort of try and get that effect on paint. So this was done with two colors only. I went over the kit with black primer and quite a heavy layer of black primer to get really, really dark. And then with this. This is a product that I actually like using a lot. These are AK high saturation inks, and I only use two colors. I use the black and the white, obviously. And they look like this. Honestly, I was attracted to it. Oh, this purple. Yeah, honestly, I was attracted to it because the packaging was very nice. But I fell in love with this product because they are very, very high in pigmentation. So you can get very saturated, or in this case, very pigment dense finishes. Now, what I've done here is, after I've gone over with the black primer, I went over with the black ink to sort of darken it, and then highlighted with airbrush, obviously, all the areas that I thought would need to be lit up. In the end, this Godzilla is going to be displayed with atomic breath, as well as sort of ankle deep in water. And I'll do the water in black and white as well. Everything's going to be black and white. So the atomic breath will be, hopefully, LEDs, pure, cool white LEDs, and then a very dark black clear resin. So I will darken the resin to almost black, but of course it'll be still slightly transparent and very glossy. So we're going to have that, and then the effect would be the reflection of the atomic breath in the water is going to give sort of a real vintage kind of black and white film look. And it's going to be displayed against a black background, as you see here. So that was the effect that I got. I went over with an airbrush to get all the fins to light up, and then sort of did an OSL starting from the face, on the front side of the arms, the knees, and then really dark along the back, so you don't see any light here, and then you light it up. And then after the white, I went over again with black to just to darken the darkest spots, the back of the leg, the armpits, the bottom of the tail. And then finally, the last step was using AK paint markers. And if you're not familiar, AK paint markers look like this. Play markers, I'm sorry. And these come either individually or as a box set, like that. And it's a relatively new product, came out this year from AK just a couple months ago, maybe about half a year. And they're basically acrylic markers with a brush, acrylic paint markers with a brush tip. And you can see the design of the cap is not ideal. I do get a few frayed bristles on the brush tip, which I actually cut off when they start to get troublesome. But the idea here is to achieve sort of a mottled scale effect, and doing so creates a very highly detailed sort of film-like appearance where I can sort of highlight bits of the scales against a gradient of white and black. And so using only two colors, I can achieve sort of a real high amount of definition here to make it look like it's on black and white film. I had sort of toyed with the idea of using a toothbrush to get speckles like film grain and film scratches, but I kind of hesitated. I might end up doing it later on, but the plan here was to get sort of a black and white film look, and I thought I'd share that today, just recording it for my own documentation so that, you know, I'll remember what I did. So that's the Godzilla X Kong model kit painted as Godzilla -1 -C. Feel free to comment and ask any questions. Take care. Bye bye.